You've been in television since 1999 on television.
Yes, yes.
How do you stay in TV that long and keep growing?
You hold on for dear life and you pray. I think it's about consistency. I think that if you consistently work hard and if you are consistent in terms of being professional and people, our industry is a small place. I think you know that. And I think that people speak, and I think if you're just a hard worker and you make sure that you do the best that you can every single show, because you know what they say, you're only as good as your last show. I think that's possibly how I've managed to stick around. I hope so. But
you started on kids' TV show. You did that for many, many years. A lot of people get stuck there.
Yes. I think it's incredibly difficult to break out of that mold, and some are able to and some aren't. I think it's time. I think you have to just get to the point where people almost forget that you were a kids presenter once upon a time. But I think it's also people grow up with you. So there's advantages to being in kids TV, and then there's advantages to starting as an adult.
Now, the other thing about you that really fascinated me was your level of religion, Christianity, bringing that to being a television star. Those two things never seem to come together, but you even had a TV show where you spoke about your relationship with God.
Yes, I presented on One Gospel for a very long time. It was a great transitionary period for me as well, because I think I learned a lot about what I believe and how you kind of merge that with being on television, because it is a difficult space to play in, because I think people also feel as if
there's drugs, there's sex, there's rock and roll, and then you're bringing God into that space.
Exactly, and entertainment is one thing and it feels like church should be another. So I think it was quite an exciting space to play in, and I think we did some really great stuff. You know, we exposed people to music that they didn't even necessarily know was spiritual or religious music, and you know, I hosted a really great show that was all about that. Final
question. You get to Strictly Come Dancing, you get to top billing.
Yes.
Is that the top of the tree?
I always wanted to be a top billing presenter.
You're that now.
I promise you, it was always like all of us kids presenters when you grew up. What do you want to do when you leave kids presenting? No, I want to be on top billing and I want to travel the world. So I'm very grateful. Strictly Come Dancing is also an amazing show. I actually danced for years myself, so it's something that I was passionate about.
But you can't sing.
I can't sing.
But you can dance.
To save my life. Cannot sing, but I can dance.
Sport at 10 quiz time. Can you give us the answers to 3 short questions? My cupcakes are here, but they're not on the desk with me. It's a sad moment. Shampoonizer will bring them in for you shortly. The first one is, can you recognize this man? Who is this?
That's Joost van der Westhuizen.
So you came in here telling me I'm struggling.
Well, I wasn't sure how difficult these were going to be. But
Joost van der Westhuizen.
Yes. Legend.
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 Rugby Springbok legend.
Absolute legend, yes.
Have you ever met him?
I've never met Joost, no.
No?
No, never met Joost.
I've had the opportunity.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Moving on to this question here for you. Can you tell us what this move is in football? When the ball gets put through the legs of the opposition, there's a South African word for it. You know, we use a particular word in South Africa. In England, they call it a nutmeg, but here, what do they call it?
Someone's telling me. I'm scared. Someone's giving me it. Shibofo. No.
But there's someone off the camera here.
You're telling me the wrong thing. I'm like,
you got it right though. Shibofo is right.
Yeah. Okay. Then no one told me, and I knew that.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually.
Now, after you've exposed the elements in the studio, final question, and that's our floor manager giving away things there. Clearly, he likes Roxy. Final question is: can you recognize this tennis player here?
And I watch tennis. I'm embarrassed to say.
This is going to be bad for you then, because if you can't recognize this man,
I can't recognize
South African, the best.
Oh, Kevin Anderson.
Thank you.
Of course. I went blank for a second. I was like, what? For a second, I was like, I know I should know this person. See, this is a lot of pressure, Thomas.
3 out of 3. Congratulations. So there you have it. I've got the Shampoonizer, the cupcake. Shampoonizer. Congratulations, Roxy. You win.
The whole bang toots, everything.
And people are calling you Fire Truck Hot on Twitter. Fire Truck Hot. That's something else I've never heard. Shampoonizer, take us home.
Yeah. Do you know a team called Sundowns? Yes. They are very sad at the moment. When they went from the stadium going home, it was like a funeral. They have ashes on the buses. You know, Bizo is on letras, as if it's retired. We're not going to go far about Sundowns. I'm going to leave them as they are and just keep quiet. Moment of silence. That was Sport at 10. Thank you very much.
Good night.